What's up, YouTube? Happy meal prep Sunday. I typically meal prep really early, and it's actually 6:30 p.m. And I typically prep before noon, but I figured I would film it this week. I'm gonna stick to relatively simple and healthy meals. Not even gonna have like white rice or anything this week. Just basically whole foods, obviously vegan, plant-based, whatever you want to call it. I have the oven preheated to 350, and I have a couple of things on the stove already. This is tricolor quinoa, and I just have water boiling because I'm gonna add some tricolor pearl couscous. We're gonna have kind of like a Mediterranean dish with this. I've also rinsed some chickpeas. These are just from a can, 2 cans of garbanzo beans or chickpeas. And now we've got to prepare the rest. Gonna be making some baked tofu, and I made this actually last week, and I typically fry my tofu or put it on the skillet, but last week I baked it and it was so good with like some olive oil and pepper. I'll show you, but I get extra firm tofu, and I need to buy like a tofu press, but really I just kind of squeeze it out of here and then let it sit on a plate for maybe like 10 minutes or so. All right, these bell peppers were on sale. I got 5 of them for $1. So I typically prefer like the colored bell peppers, green, yellow and red and orange, but couldn't beat the price of these. So I'm gonna chop these up. Got 2 heads of broccoli, and I'm just gonna slice these up real quick. I'm gonna be steaming these basically. I barely cook my broccoli. I like them to still be really bright green. I used to buy only frozen broccoli because I thought it was like easier to cook and cut, but broccoli is so much easier to just handle like this. Well, it's not so much easier, but it's easy and tastes a lot better if you steam it fresh. So we're just gonna put this on a plate for now while the quinoa and couscous finish cooking. And there's a couple of things that I need to bake, so I'm gonna prepare that. The tofu I've just chopped into some cubes, and I'm putting it in this big container because we're gonna marinate it, or not really marinate it, just season it and put some oil on it. When I cube these, I just cut this in half, and then I'll cut twice this side and then this way, and then just slice it into cubes. For the seasoning of the tofu, I'm literally just adding olive oil, garlic salt, and then lots of black pepper. So the pepper makes a huge difference, I feel. And just shake that up, make a mess. Add a tiny bit more. I like them to be pretty coated, as you can tell. I'm gonna just lay them all one layer. I do it one by one. You probably could just throw it on there, but just one layer on a cookie sheet. Like I said, the oven's at 350, so we're gonna pop that in there. I'm gonna do about 30 minutes. I like mine pretty crispy, so it's probably gonna be longer. So I do 30 minutes, shake it around, and then add some more time. Make some grape tomatoes. Okay, so I want to also roast some grape tomatoes. So I'm just going to cut these in half and then transfer them to my baking sheet over here. For this, just gently gonna, wow, that was not gentle, sorry. Okay, some olive oil, some black pepper, and we're gonna roast that for a bit. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna start steaming these bell peppers. So I just put this on medium heat and then I add some water. And once it starts heating up, I'll cover it. I don't add any oil or anything to this. And while that's steaming, I'm gonna prepare this couscous. I'm gonna add in the washed chickpeas. And I squeezed the juice from half of a whole lemon. So we're gonna put that on top. Add some pepper, pink salt, and a little bit of olive oil. I know you guys probably think I use too much oil, but just do whatever works for you. And I do well with olive oil in my diet, so I don't mind eating it. Alright, so once you stir that up, I'm going to let that marinate for a bit to get the lemon juice flavor in there. Set that to the side. These roasted tomatoes smell so good. And these bell peppers look to be about done. I like them still nice and green. So we'll shut that off. Now same thing with the broccoli. And I'll add a little bit of garlic salt to the broccoli. All right, this dish is all ready. So I'm gonna add the couscous. And I'm gonna add the tomatoes, roasted tomatoes. So this is gonna be my lunch for the week, but I'll be adding artichoke spinach hummus on top, so maybe a couple of tablespoons each day. So I typically just prep this out, or I just, you know, measure it out the morning of, just so it's easier for me that way. But that's gonna go on top, so what I'll do is that I will probably microwave this for just a little bit, maybe like 45 seconds, and then top it with this cold. So very simple dish and very nutritious. The tofu's about to end, so first I'm gonna clear that. So I'm gonna take it out and show you what I do with this. It looks cooked pretty well, but I like it a lot crispier. And you really should just like flip each of them over, but nobody has time for that, so I just kind of like shake it around. And then we'll pop that back in for maybe another 15 minutes, and we'll check on it then. Tofu's been in for another 15 minutes. They look good to me. So this meal is done. I'll actually prepare it with fresh spinach and nutritional yeast and lemon juice, which I'll show you when I actually make it. I ate this as a meal last week and I loved it so much, even though it looks so boring. But with the nutritional yeast and everything, it's amazing. So I'll show you guys that when I actually eat it, but that is done as well. Okay, so all of my food is prepped. And it's 7:51, so I started meal prepping basically right at 6:30, so that took me under an hour and a half, including washing all of the dishes that I used for this meal prep, which was actually quite a bit. This meal prep is also fairly inexpensive, so it's all whole foods, so it should be under $30 for the grocery trip, probably even less depending on where you go. I've really just wanted to kind of start cleaning up my diet, as in not eating as many processed foods throughout the week. So this is a good start, and I really enjoy eating all of these foods. So that is going to conclude this meal prep video. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you give it a try, and I'll see you guys in the next one.